Hi guys, so this is going to be like a couple of like sample product review slash update, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna call it review because I only got a sample, so I'm only gonna I don't know what I'll call this video, to be honest. And if you're wondering where am I'm a different kind of spot this time. I'm actually downstairs in our um, breakfast nook, and the reason I'm downstairs is because Isaac's upstairs trying to sleep, and I swear every time I put my phone and I'm gonna record something, he wakes up. So I'm trying to make him, actually sleep. So anyway, over the last few weeks, I went into Ulta and got a total of 4 products, just like samples that I wanted to try. I got the Cover FX Mattifying Primer. I got the Kat Von D in number 48, the Lock-It Foundation. And then I got the Hourglass Veil Primer. And then I got the Glam Glow, the white one, which is, I believe, the like clearing up or whatever. And I guess I'll start with this one. You're probably thinking you had already tried this. I had already tried this as a sample also. And I had mentioned, I believe like in a video, empties or something, that I don't think it's worth it. And the first time that I tried it, they actually gave me like not even a full face for me to like totally completely try it out. And this time they actually gave me quite a bit, so I was able to try it actually 3 times, which I did. I finished the little container, as you can see. I still don't think, and I still do not believe the hype on this mask. I mean, I will admit it is kind of cool. I mainly noticed it like in my nose where I tend to have blackheads, that I saw little spots, and then after I took off the mask, when I rinsed off the mask, I did notice that blackheads or whatever was starting to form in my nose, which that sounds kind of gross, did come out easier, I should say. But I just cannot justify the price of this mask. I think I will still stick to my mint julep mask. I don't know. I cannot justify the price of this mask. That's just my point. I guess I'll just continue maybe getting a couple samples every time I go to Sephora if I'm really having like I want to use it again. But I know that sounds really bad, but I just cannot justify the outrageous price that this thing has. So that's that. The next one is the Hourglass Veil Primer. Now, I had already tried this in the little sample that I have like this that came with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette that came out last year, like the end of last year, which I purchased at Sephora, and this came with it. To be honest, I didn't use it for the longest time because I was not sure if it was like an eyelid primer or a face primer. And I really never touched it. It was kind of like stuck in a drawer. And then after hearing Melanie, Mr. Krongsmong, talk about this and knowing that it was for your face and hearing how she raved about it, I was like, oh, so it is a face primer. So I kind of dug it out of my drawer and started using this. And it is amazing. It's just, you have to try it. That's all I can say. You just have to try it. It's a mineral primer, base primer, and I mainly use it like on my nose, my cheeks, middle of my eyebrows, and my chin area, like where I tend to have like larger pores, and my makeup just slides on like butter. I don't even have to like really work it in. It's like magic on your face. So once I kind of started to finish this up, I went and got a sample and I kind of refilled my little container. I will say I love this, and if I ever got a gift card or Christmas money or whatever, I'd probably buy this. But the full size, which I believe is like an ounce of this thing, is like $52, and that's probably going to be like my most expensive primer I would probably ever own. I have quite a bit of primers, but none of them, no, I don't think none of them go over like $8-10. I don't even think I have a $10 one. So this is awesome. I don't know, I wish it was a little cheaper, but it is really good. So if you could try a sample, I highly recommend. And just by the way, they did come back with the ambient lighting powder palette, but it's only online. And I also have to say, I think it's a little cheaper this time around, which is like, it's only a few dollars, maybe $10 cheaper, but still kind of annoying, but whatever. Now, going on to the Kat Von D, which I almost didn't make this video. I was actually going to make this video only reviewing this Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation, and I actually have it on today. And like I said, I have it in number 48, and I actually got a pretty decent size, which I was surprised because usually my Sephora, I have two Sephoras, one inside JCPenney and one like its very own Sephora, and I gotta say the one at JCPenney, the ladies are a lot nicer. I don't know if it's because they don't get as much traffic as the other one. I don't know, but they're a lot nicer than the other Sephora. The other Sephora is like you ask them for a sample and they look at you like you're asking them for half of their paycheck, or like the sample's gonna come out of their paycheck, which is very annoying. And I just, unless I'm gonna buy something there, I almost don't even go to that Sephora. But anyway, I asked for a sample. Finally, I had heard a lot of people raved about this, and I finally went in for a sample, which is kind of weird because I'm not using liquid foundation right now, mainly because it's summer and I have super oily skin, so I use powder foundation around this time of the year. But I wanted to try it anyway, and yeah. So I have it on today. I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this. I like it as a spot, kind of like to use it on like my spots, which I have. They're not breakouts, they're just like little red marks left behind from breakouts that I had in that area. I like it to kind of spot it on where I kind of need concealing, and then I go over with my powder foundation. But, and I don't know, this is like a super matte foundation. Even the lady at Sephora was like, I call it my Vegas foundation, I think she said, or makeup. And I said, why is that? And she's like, because it's like once you put it on, it's on and it won't budge. And I'm like, okay. And I knew this was like a super heavy like coverage matte foundation. I mean, it's, for God's sakes, it's Kat Von D, so I wouldn't expect anything like sheer and natural and glowy from Kat Von D, right? But okay, so I don't like it all over, which I'm wearing it right now, and it doesn't look so bad right now as you're probably seeing me, but trust me. And I even thought this was a little darker, but this is what I got matched to, number 48. I don't like it. I like it to spot, you know, as a concealer, but I don't like it for all over. Even me being super oily skin, it still looks cakey and mask-like. I don't know. And then I said I was going to use it all over, even under my eyes. I kind of tend to have like under eye dryness, and even though I moisturize and I, you know, use my Clarisonic every night, it still kind of clings to like dry areas. So if you're somebody that's dry, I don't know if this would be good for you, because I mean, even on me, I'm super oily and it kind of clinged to like dry spots. But it worked really good if I just kind of spot it, but not as an all over foundation. So that's kind of my thing. So I guess this will really really last me a while, since I'm only gonna use it for that. I used it all over today. Not really wearing eyeshadows, so as you can tell. But anyway, I wasn't like planning to film today, but yeah, I'm glad I tried a sample and not bought the full size, which I think if I would have bought the full size, which I believe is like $36, I would have probably returned it. But I mean, I'm glad I got a sample, because I mean, like I said, I do like it for spots, like as a concealer, but not as an all-over foundation. So kind of a mixed feeling on that. My last one is the Cover FX Mattifying Primer. This is also basically for somebody with super oily skin, which I do. And I did finish this up, but I will say I did not like it at all. First of all, it smells like a combination of alcohol and plastic. And even though I cleaned this thing up and I rinsed it off, the container still smells like plastic and alcohol, which was not, I mean, it worked. I still had to blot throughout the day. It didn't do anything like spectacular than like a drugstore primer would do, but for the price, and I don't even remember what's the price on this, it didn't do anything that I would run and get it. Now the other thing is, what was I gonna say? I went blank. I don't remember. Anyway, what I was gonna say is the other thing that I started doing with my primers, instead of just kind of rubbing them in like lotion, and I learned that from another primer that I still have not tried, the Becca one, which I also have a sample, but I did not want to include it in this because I haven't used it yet, is I started pressing my primers and mainly concentrating in the areas that I need the primer and not just going all over like my face like it's a lotion. And I learned that from Melanie, and I also learned that through the Sephora girl from the Becca primer, because she said a lot of people were having really bad, or were writing really bad reviews, but because they were using it the wrong way. And it is true, I went on Sephora's website and a lot of people are giving it horrible reviews, which the lady says it sells really good, but I haven't tried that one yet. So, but anyway, I kind of started using that technique with all of my primers, just kind of pressing them in, and that does seem to be working better. And I did that with this one. Like I said, I mainly didn't like the smell of plastic and alcohol, so I won't be repurchasing that at all. Just keep with my Hourglass and my drugstore primers, which I have quite a few. So those were my sample review updates. So like I said, I will be trying the Becca one. So as soon as I have that, try that out, I will let you guys know what I think about it. So I hope you guys are having a good Thursday, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.